Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about how Elon finally found a place to make a big cut. When campaigning for Trump, Elon was asked what he thought could be removed from the yearly budget. He said, quote, "I think we can do at least $2 trillion. That was seen by economists and people who can add as well. Let's just call it incredibly ambitious to the point of impossibility. Trump said he agreed with Elon's estimate and added, quote, "It'll have no impact on people." So, not only could Elon cut $2 trillion, but he could cut it, and that spending cut would be so pointless that nobody would even miss it. Later, Elon tried to lower expectations and cut his goal in half. Quote, "But I do think that you kind of have to have some overage. I think if we try for $2 trillion, we've got a good shot at getting 1. And if we drop the budget deficit from $2 trillion to $1 trillion and kind of free up the economy to have additional growth, such that the output of goods and services keeps pace with the increase in the money supply, there will be no inflation. That, I think, would be an epic outcome." Recently, Elon said, quote, "The government is not efficient. There's a lot of waste and fraud. So, we feel confident that a 15% reduction can be done without affecting any of the critical government services." This again puts the total in cuts at about $1 trillion. Now, Elon said, quote, "I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in 26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. So, he found a place to make a big cut, his goal. Even that number is being met with skepticism, and most don't actually believe they have or will make cuts totaling that, and certainly not from waste and fraud. Maybe, possibly, $150 billion of the goal of $2 trillion. Even with massive disruptions and a dedicated task force to make the cuts, only a fraction of the hoped-for anticipated cuts were there. So, here's the question that will probably go unasked. For decades on end, the Republican Party has told the American people that there was tons of waste in the government. They've used it to motivate grievance-driven voters. But now, they can't find it. So the question is, were Elon and Trump not up to the task? Or more likely, did the level of waste never actually rise to the level of their rhetoric? This isn't to say there isn't waste, but that it isn't nearly the numbers they claimed. Which is more likely? Republican voters will have to decide which one they think is the case. But building on that, for a decade, there's been rhetoric that countries all over the world have been somehow economically taking advantage of the United States, while the U.S. remains the dominant economic power in the world. It seems odd that the world is taking advantage of the United States while it continued to grow in economic power and influence. Belief in this rhetoric is the basis for the current trade war that looks to put the U.S. on the decline. What if, maybe, just maybe, the world wasn't taking advantage of the U.S., but those in power in the U.S. use the rhetoric to get the American worker, who isn't sharing the benefits of America's wealth, to look outward instead of at the billionaires that were making the policies that kept them down? Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.